Why is it so hard to get into cybersecurity? And what can I do to help myself out? These are the kinds of questions you might find yourself asking if you're new to cybersecurity, or perhaps you've been in the industry for a while and you're finding yourself laid off. Well, I'm here to answer those questions and tell you what I've found to be the case and how I'm working on getting myself a job in cybersecurity in 2025. Having been just laid off this February 1st from my previous employer, I can tell you firsthand that layoffs are a roller coaster ride. But what I can tell you is this: if you're new to the cybersecurity industry and you're just getting started, your best bet is to, one, learn how to articulate yourself. That's the number one skill that this field lacks. You need to be able to talk to people. You need to be able to hold a normal conversation, and you need to be able to tell stories. If there's one thing that I've learned in the last few years of my life, it's that the people who can tell stories are the people who set themselves apart from their competition. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're asked a question during an interview and you get asked, so tell me a little bit about yourself. And your normal response is, well, my name is Sean and I've been working in cybersecurity for 11 years now. And, I have this experience. People don't want to hear that. That is a terrible answer. They want to hear about your story. They want who you are, what you've been doing, like how did you get here? What makes you special? Why are you the person we need to hire? What is it that sets you apart from your competition? What can you bring to us? I'll give you my story. I started off whenever I was 5 years old by taking apart my parents' computer, right around 5 years old anyway. I don't know exactly how old I was. Taking apart my family's computer and getting in a lot of trouble with my dad. From that moment on, I knew that I wanted to go ahead and be in computers. I didn't know when I was 5 or 6 or whatever as a kid what cybersecurity was, because it didn't even exist back then. This was the 90s. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I got in and I knew that computers were for me. And then fast forward a couple years later and I decided to join the military. And from there, I went and I did diesel mechanic, which was completely different from what I was doing. What the military taught me was, it taught me leadership skills. It taught me how to be a good team player. It taught me responsibility. It taught me how to do a lot of things and do them in the most effective manner, right? Because sometimes we know the military is a lot of hurry up and wait. And if there's one thing we can learn from that, it's that we don't want to have to hurry up and wait in the corporate world or in the real world for that matter, for anything. You want to be able to just get the job done and just move on with your day. And from there, I went and put myself through college while I was in the Air Force Reserves. And whenever I was doing that, I worked at the help desk at my university, and then I became a networking intern, and then I became a sysadmin, and then I broke into cybersecurity after a lot of luck and thanks to a close friend of mine who gave me a chance. He was my boss at the time. He gave me a chance to break into this industry. Sometimes it does take a little bit of luck. Sometimes it takes a little bit of just God putting the right person in your life at the right time. And if he blesses you with that and he gives you that right person at that right time, then you're very lucky and you should be thankful for that. But it does take time and it does take a lot of hard work. Let's talk about some other reasons though why you might not be finding gainful employment in cybersecurity right now. There's a lot of layoffs. And so your competition is steeper than it's ever been. There's a lot of people who have lost their jobs. I'm finding it myself. I'm finding that jobs that I applied to that I would have applied to a couple years ago, I hope that I would have gotten at least a chance to interview for, and I haven't even gotten a chance to because they're probably getting bombarded. Number two, there's AI. AI is everywhere. AI in the applicant tracking systems that exist, they're checking all these resumes, and if you have even the slightest bit of a problem with your resume that doesn't stack up with what the AI feels you should have, you're out of that system. I'm not a recruiter. I don't know exactly how these things work 100%, so please don't quote me on that, but I just want to say I do believe that the AI does play a role in that. Enough so that it makes a difference whenever you're trying to find a job. And then maybe like I said earlier, maybe your articulation skills could use some work. Maybe you need to be a better storyteller. Maybe you need to work on how you phrase yourself. I know I struggle myself with a lot of ums and ahs in my speech. There we go. See, I just did it. I said in my twice. Whenever we speak, we should try to not stumble over our words so much. We should try to just get them out. Even if you have to take a moment between your words and just pause and get things out like that, it's better than to go ahead and add those ums and ahs into our speech. The main point that I want to leave you with here is that you can do this. Cybersecurity is a hard field to break into, and it can be really exhausting. It can be stressful. It can leave you with some white or gray hairs, which I have a few myself. And you'll find that at the end of the day, if you just keep at it and you keep trying every single day and you pray and you give everything you can to getting into this field, you'll get into it. You'll get it. It'll just take you time. If you're putting in the work and you're doing things like labs and you're doing things like Try Hack Me, you're doing things where you're giving it everything you have each and every day. Maybe you're learning Python today. Maybe tomorrow you're learning Terraform and you're learning some AWS concepts like how to secure an S3 bucket or how to secure an EC2, how to harden a system, how to air gap a system. These kinds of concepts. If you don't know those things, you should Google them. Or watch me for more content. And not to self-promote or anything, but I'll be covering those things as well. And I have covered some things in the past on these subjects as well. But I think that you can do this. So keep your chin up, keep going, keep pushing forward. You will get that cybersecurity job. It'll take you some time, but keep going and you'll make it. So with that, thank you for watching another one of my videos. If you found anything valuable out of this, please like and subscribe and share this with your friends or your coworkers or anybody that you like or don't like for that matter. I really appreciate it. I hate to do these like plugs, but I know that they're necessary part of the YouTube algorithm. So if you could help me out by liking and subscribing, I really appreciate it. And if you watch this the whole way through, thank you so much. You're awesome, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later.